Welcome back to another episode of Nutritious Dishes. Today I have for you a super duper flavorful roast chicken recipe. I'm going to show you how I make my roasted Za'atar chicken. Za'atar is a combination of Middle Eastern spices that has sesame seeds, oregano, thyme, just all the delicious flavors. Sumac, I mean, it's just amazing. This dish is loaded with flavor. Not only is the seasoning so flavorful, I also add some harissa, which is a roasted red pepper paste. I add some olives and prunes. I mean, this is next level roast chicken. If you're having guests over and you really want to impress them, make some of this and you will thank me later. For Thanksgiving, I showed you guys how to make my yogurt and Za'atar roast turkey. If you tried it, let me know in the comment section down below. If you have not and you want the recipe, go on over to my website and get holiday table number 2. It's in there, the whole menu from start to finish. We're gonna go over the ingredients and start with this because I just cannot wait to show you what it looks like at the end. We're gonna need some olive oil, freshly squeezed lemon juice, some garlic cloves, some clementines, or you could use the juice of one orange. We're just using the juice. Some crushed red pepper flakes for heat if you like them. Some ground cumin, harissa paste, olives, prunes. You could use prunes, figs, or apricots. This is the Za'atar spice and some sumac. We're gonna need a little bit of salt and a chicken that's been cut up into big pieces. So if your chicken is cut into big pieces instead of small pieces, you're just gonna wanna cut some deep cuts into it so that way the marinade can go all throughout the chicken. And I would normally do this with both hands, but because I'm gonna be mixing spices and all that kind of stuff, I don't wanna keep washing my hands, but you can do this first, wash your hands, and then make the marinade. There we go, the chicken is ready. Now we're gonna move on to make the marinade. Let me put this on the side. The marinade is fairly simple. So I'm gonna juice these clementines. I love the flavor of a little bit of sweet and tangy. If you want to, you can leave the clementine juice or the orange juice out and just do straight up lemon juice. That would be fine too. Next, I'm just gonna grate the garlic cloves and I'm just gonna add about a 1/4 cup of olive oil to this. Just give it a little mix. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pour all of this over the chicken. Now, basically all of the dry spices are gonna go on top of that. So I have the Za'atar over here. So Za'atar is usually sold in the Middle Eastern specialty food stores. Mediterranean specialty food stores should have it. It is sold on Amazon. I will put the link underneath just in case if you want to buy it there. If not, I also will put a recipe in the description box and on the website on how you can make your own. It's really simple to make as long as you have all of the ingredients. So we're gonna put all of that on top with 2 tablespoons of sumac. Sumac is nice and tangy. It's a ground up berry and it's also sold in Mediterranean and Middle Eastern specialty food stores as well as on Amazon. So you'll get that link in the description box down below. So you want 2 of those. About a teaspoon of ground cumin powder, earthy, bright, delicious flavors, and some crushed red pepper flakes. I like them for the heat. If you don't like them, leave them out and just substitute some freshly ground black pepper. And 2 tablespoons of harissa, maybe 3, has so much flavor. If you cannot find harissa, you can go ahead and grind up some roasted red peppers and use those instead. That will do. And last, we're gonna add some salt. A teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half should be plenty. And I'm just gonna mix it all in so that way all of the chicken is coated. The last part of this is just to put the prunes on top of the chicken. The prunes are gonna add lots of sweetness and it's a very common ingredient in Greek cooking. I think it's the first time I'm sharing it in a savory dish here on this channel, but once you try it, you might find yourself adding prunes to many roasted dishes. It goes great with lamb, chicken, beef. It's just such a nice level of flavor. The whole thing is ready. My oven is preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna put the tray in the center of the oven uncovered. I'm gonna let it bake for 45 minutes, then I'm gonna go in and flip the sides of the chicken over and baste it with some of that delicious sauce and let it cook for another 20-25 minutes or until the chicken reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit at the thickest part. The internal temperature of the chicken, that is, should reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll show you what it looks like as soon as it comes out. The chicken came out of the oven, it baked for 45 minutes, and then I went over and I switched the side and I did pour some of that luscious sauce on top. It's ready, the house smells amazing. I'm gonna go in and take a bite. Oh my God, that is amazing. The Za'atar, all the bold spices in the Za'atar really shine through in the chicken. You can taste the sesame seed in the background. The sumac is nice and tangy. You can taste the thyme and the oregano. Everything comes together and it just tastes amazing. I love how the prunes are just melted and they're perfectly sweet. You guys are gonna love this. Of course, you can go on and sprinkle some feta cheese on top of this. Maybe the last 10 minutes of baking just so it can get nice and soft and get that really nice salty kick and creaminess from the feta. Serve this with a nice salad, with some roasted potatoes, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. The sky's the limit. Some Mediterranean rice pilaf. All of those recipes are on my website, dimitrasdishes.com, including this one, the step-by-step directions. Get that recipe in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. Subscribe if you haven't and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of these delicious recipes. There's so many more where this came from. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Gracias.